Hey all, hope you are good. Welcome to my channel Revolt Coding. In today's video, I will show you the UI of community version of Databricks. So you have been already enjoying my PySpark tutorial, so stay tuned. So let's begin. So just first search for Apache Databricks community version, where you will be asked to sign up or log in. So when you will log in, you will see this kind of interface. Okay. On the left hand side, you can see there are several options: create workspace, recent, search, data, compute, workflows. So I will be going uh, and showing you each and every tab. So at first, you already know that Apache Spark is a data processing framework which provide open source API to do processing on dataset on a distributed computing platform. So what is Databricks? So in order to work with Apache Spark on cloud, Databricks is used, where we can spin up our own cluster and do processing. So it provides the UI similar to uh, that of Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so as you can see, this is the workspace. So this is the workspace where all your works will be shown. So you can see there is shared and then a user. Inside user, this is my account, and inside this you can see a quick start notebook and a demo test notebook. So whatever you are doing will be shown here. You can create a notebook library folder inside it. Even you can import your workspace or export your workspace in DBC format or source file or HTML format. Next comes the recent. Recent refers to all the work that you are done doing. So search refers to all the items that you want to search in your workspace. Then comes the data. Inside data, you can see database tables and DFS. So whatever tables that you've created inside your Databricks workspace will be shown here. And similarly for the data DBFS, this stands for Databricks File System. So inside these are the folders that I've created, and inside this you can see there is one file, agents.csv. Okay, now let's go to the compute tab. Here you can see there is two type of compute: all purpose clusters and job clusters. So Databricks usually provide two types of clusters: all purpose and job cluster. All purpose are created manually, and job clusters are created on demand as required for processing. So all purpose cluster can be terminated or restarted anytime. It is basically suitable for interactive workload where you want to manually type your code inside a notebook, and it can also be shared with among many users. As you can see inside workspace, you can see these are the users and shared. Similarly for job clusters, it is run on demand and it is terminated at the end of job. Here you can see there is no option to create a cluster. Like here you in all purpose cluster you can see create a cluster. So job cluster is best for automated workload where your bunch of activity will run in automated fashion. Now click on all purpose cluster. Here you can see I've already created one cluster demo task. Okay, as you can see it's in terminated state. As you can see it's black. Um, if it will be running it will show as green. Okay, so let's click on create cluster. We will create a cluster demo. Okay, here you can see these are the various runtimes. Runtimes means the different version of Scala and Spark present here. So this is for machine learning, and several other versions. Okay, so uh, here you can see there are 0 workers and 1 driver in your community version. This means it's a single node cluster, but there are other types of cluster modes such as standard and high concurrency. So high concurrency cluster mode is used when there are multiple users and you need to provide isolation to each and every activity that is running in Databricks. For standard cluster mode and single node, it is usually preferred for single user. And for single user, you can use it for a light workload. For production workload, we usually prefer the standard one. Okay, and here you can see the termination time is 2 hours. So this means that uh, whenever your cluster is in idle mode, it will terminate after X minute of activity. So default is 120 minutes, but you can increase uh, or decrease it also. Here you can also see uh, availability zone here, which is set to auto default. But you can set it in US West 2C 2B 2A. When you click on Spark, you can specify your various configuration that you want to set before your notebook should run. And here is the environment variables. In the paid version, you will see various options such as enable auto scaling and even worker type. So you can choose the worker type as memory optimize, compute optimize, and specify the minimum or max number of um, worker nodes you want. So let's launch it inside. Let's say I need a 2B. Okay, US West 2B, and click on create cluster. So it might take some time, uh, up to even 5 minutes. So what we'll do, let's go inside workspace, click on users, click on your username, and click on this is the demo notebook that I've created. Okay, so this is the default UI of your notebook, which is resemblance similar to of Jupyter notebook. Okay, here um, you can see your clusters. This is the cluster that I've created uh, now, and this was the earlier cluster that I've created. So I will go back and to show you one more thing. Okay, so here you can see this was the default uh, home page, and you can see the libraries that you've installed here. You can even see the notebook event log. So here you can see that I've created this cluster on 13/7/2022. Okay, the cluster was running, it was in healthy state. Okay, and then your cluster dog got terminated. The reason was inactivity. You can even look at Spark UI. You can even look at driver logs. You can even look at matrices. Okay, now let's go back to your workspace, that notebook. Yeah, so you can see that my demo cluster is still spinning up, and it's by default attached to demo task cluster. Where you can deattach it, view its Spark UI and driver logs. Okay, here you can see file. Okay, we can rename the notebook. Okay, we can move to another folder, delete a notebook, upload the data from here, export the notebook, publish the notebook so that it become public. Okay, and we can change the default language. So default language is SQL. So you can see here it's SQL. So what you can do that while creating notebook, you can specify the name of node, the type of notebook that you want to create. Um, you can choose Python, Scala, SQL, and R. You can in the notebook you can write the code in any of the language that I will show in my further videos. But if you want to write the most of your code in particular language, you can select the default language. And the cluster, you can see uh, my demo cluster has started. Okay, so okay, you can see now I'm being attached to demo cluster. Okay, here you inside edit, you can see that you can perform various command. You can even change the default indentation. We can change the view of the notebook result only. You can, if you want to only want to view the result, or you can choose side by side. You can choose the theme or change the theme to light mode or dark mode. Okay, you can run all the cells using run all command. You can publish your notebook so that it can become public. You can write a comment. Okay, you can even view the various revision history that you have done. Okay, so let's run it. So as I've shown, I've already uploaded a file agent.csv, which you can view from data, and inside dbfs you can, inside file store there is a folder table, and inside which agents.csv. So here you can see my Spark job has been run. Okay, and I've created a table agent using CSV options, and I've passed the path and set the header to true. Let's run the cell again. You can see the output is being present here. You can view the either in form of CSV, or you can select the among the type of chart that you want to select. Okay, here you can see I'm running the command and the output is in form of bar chart. You can select it from here. Okay, you can select a scatter chart also. Okay, you need at least two. You can select line chart or all the other types of chart that is being present here. You can see it's the histogram type chart. Okay, in order to view, okay, so until now I've been running SQL commands, and the type of notebook is SQL. So here comes the magic command where you are running Python code inside your uh, SQL notebook. So what you will do, just write percentage Python. Okay, and just write print anything. Let's say please so here you can see my Python print statement is being run. So this is what is known as magic command. So here you can see um these dbutils is listing out um, uh, all my files which are present inside my directory Databricks dataset. Okay, you can list all the files in default workspace using percentage file system and then running the ls command. So it's running. You can even uh, give the heading to a notebook by percentage md and let's say notebook introduction. Then let's write sql python and let's click on shift enter. So you can see this became my heading and these two became my bullet points. Okay, so here you can see this was my magic command and it's list down all the files which is present inside the default directory. So you can go inside each of the directory, just write percentage fs and now it will list uh, what what's writing only files to. Oh, here comes ls. So you can see inside our file store folder we have a folder known as tables. Okay, we can copy it as well. Okay, here inside this folder we have a file name agent.csv that I've imported in the beginning. Okay, you can even run the uh, Scala code and the other language code that are being present here are. So hope you enjoyed the video. Kindly like and subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day.